tissue or Kleenex. This box of tissue, we buy one big box every week because the dogs keep on peeing and peeing, and we have to constantly clean it using tissue and Zonrox. Zonrox, we also buy it every week because apart from cleaning the floors, we also use it for clothes and for dishes or um, industrial catering 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 materials. Water jug. I bring a water jug here every night. For It's for when I'm sleeping. When I feel suddenly thirsty, and I don't feel the need. So I won't feel the need to go downstairs because I am afraid of going downstairs and tripping and falling over. And flip phone. Flip phone. I bought this in high school because I saw these Japanese and anime series that were constantly using flip phone. Although this is different from the good brand that Japan has, which is LG. This is a brand from, I bought it in Divisoria, so it's kind of a Dubai or a Philippine brand. I don't use it anymore. It doesn't work anymore, and it used to light up like those shoes you wore when you were a kid. When you stepped on it, it would light up. So it looked like a toy, but it is a real flip phone that actually works. Watch. This is the second version of a watch that I bought earlier in May of 2019. It's Xiaomi Mi Band 4. I like this watch. It's comfier compared to the big G-Shock watches, and it's more convenient to carry around when I'm doing something like painting for a scenery. I can just easily remove it. And the diary or the freebie of Starbucks. I don't drink Starbucks. My sisters and my brothers do. So they collect all these stickers, and when they buy one or more of the yearly planners, they give me one, or they give me their old ones, and I use it as a bag. Old wallet. This old wallet is actually a gift from my debut. It's from my friend in PETA, and she's a wonderful person. She gave me this gift, and I was using it up till last year. But now, since I don't go anywhere, I don't need a wallet, and I had to change a wallet since New Year. Um, Tablet. This tablet it's not an impulse buy. I actually had to buy a tablet as sort of a carry-on laptop. All throughout my first year of college, I was carrying this big laptop, this Lenovo laptop. It was 15 inches. It's not as heavy because the battery is slim, but it is very strenuous on my back. It became so strenuous that my mother's friend, Jana, she looked at me, and she looked at my back, and she told me to reach forward and try to reach my toes, and she was checking my spine, and she said I was carrying too much stuff every day, and that I had to stop carrying this big laptop. So I asked my mother if I could get like sort of an alternative, and she said fine, let's get a tablet so that you can either carry it around with a Bluetooth keyboard if you need a laptop, or just a tablet for convenience. And it did help. My back is not that much strained anymore, but it still does have its problems. Gamot. Gamot or medicine. This is my Alaxan and my Advil. I have at least 10 or 20 pieces of each. 10 pieces or 20 pieces of Advil and Tuceran Alaxan. It is sort of bad that for a month or two during the pandemic, I was so reliant on Alaxan and Advil. Yes, both of those. I drank it every night when I had my ear infection, when I had my sickness a few weeks ago, and when I had my other infection in my body. 1 week after each infection, or after each sickness, I would still continue to take them for 2 or 3 weeks because it felt this is bad to say because people are get addicted to these things. It felt good to sleep after I take Advil and Alaxan both at the same time. I felt like I was sleeping better, but my sister, who is a registered nurse, told me to stop doing that because it could kill my or kidneys or my liver. It's very dangerous, and it's very dangerous to get addicted to it. And the closet's open. My father's six or four of my father's polo shirts. These are like Hawaiian or vacation shirts that the usual uncles or American fathers you would see in series wear. And also Charlie Sheen on Two and a Half Men, he wears these kinds of baseball, bowling ball shirts, and also these kinds of polo shirts. So I carry those around, or those are in my closet, because I would wear them during when I was in school. Every day I would wear my father's polos. It just felt so comfy, and sometimes when I miss my father, I also I still do wear them. I just try to be cautious because when I'm at school, I also help with scenery. So I'm painting. I constantly have to check if any of it got on my polo. So I also had to carry another shirt around, which is my batch shirts from my high school, which I'm looking at right now as well. So these batch shirts, they're very, very dirty and very, very painted. So there's paint splatters around all of them because it's what I use during scenery or during set design or stagecraft classes. And sunscreen. What's funny about this? This sunscreen, it's from my sister. She told me my sister is studying to be a dermatologist, and she's reading about all these stuff, and it's all credible since they're doctors. She told me that one of the reasons Caucasian people or white people or American people, when you see them aging, they age not as gracefully as other ethnicities or other ethnicities. And it's not to be judging their race or how they carry themselves. It's actually it's with the culture of the white Americans, is that they constantly most of them constantly tan and go out into the sun, and what they don't know is that their skin, it burns and it bruises easily. So when they're tanning themselves or when they expose themselves, they're kind of ruining their skin, and they're also ruining the elasticity. I remember my sister very, very much told me this. Mostly Asian people and Black Americans have better skin and age gracefully a little better than most. It's with our elasticity in our skin. So most of us moisturize our skin, and it's also with the melanin content. We have more melanin than most white Americans, if I remember correctly. Yes, the sunscreen. Despite the fact that our skin is generally healthy and compared to other Americans, our skin adapts better with the sun rays and the sunscreen and their UV ray stuff. Because of our melanin, we do still have to wear sunscreen. That's why I have this sunscreen. It's a small tube. It's from my sister. Box. This Cohiba box, this was from my father. I don't know why he bought this because it's a cigar box. It's a cigar box from Cuba, because he does travel a lot around the world. He's a seaman, so I think you call him seafarer, and he's a captain of the ship. So he's there he's manning the ships, and he's there with the company and with the ship itself longer than his other subordinates or peers, because he is the captain. So I think he's only in the Philippines like 1 month or two. The pandemic caused him to stay a little while longer, but thank God he got a job. He was employed as earlier as he could possibly be. He went to another country, and he was able to visit Cuba during his import and exports with other countries. And he bought this cigar box. I don't know why, because no one in my family or my immediate family smoke. None of us smoke because my mother would kill us. None of us smoke, even secretly. Nobody does vape. Nobody does that cigar with the filter because we would die from our mother's hand. So he bought the cigar box, and when he said, "Ano, oh bunso, did you see what I sent you?" So I went downstairs, and it's a bag full of like 4 cigar boxes. And I said, "Daddy, what's this?" Sabi niya, as he said, "Oh, it's cigar boxes. You can use it for anything. Smell it." I smelled it, and after that, I saw the tag outside that says the pure or the real Cuban cigars that are very, very expensive, and just like their boxes, are dangerous to your health. Even just sniffing cigar boxes or the pure Cuban cigar is already dangerous to your health. So I don't know why my father asked me to smell the box, because I'm more vulnerable. I'm part of the more vulnerable sector during this pandemic because I have severe asthma. Thank the Lord, thank God that it's dormant now. But last year it did relapse because I was drinking. I wanted to experience that heavily drinking, and I almost died. I almost died from it. So that's my fault. But anyway, these Cuban cigar boxes do remind me of my father and how foolish it was for me to believe him and smell the boxes when it was bad for my health. Um, and also Lysol. Now Lysol is very essential to me since my sister's friends who were working up till now in the vulnerable sections of hospitals here in the Philippines, they do explain what they use to clean surfaces, and one of those things was, of course, bleach. But it's a different kind of bleach compared to house bleach. That's one of the things they use to clean the surfaces at hospitals and also the floors. And one of those things that they also use is Lysol. Now, Lysol, it's a disinfectant. It's you need to be brand specific when you want disinfectant sprays, because they do have the same purpose, but each brand has a different level of toxicity, or like recipe, or iba yung halo. So Lysol is very essential in a home right now, especially during this pandemic, because doctors are competent enough with this product. It's constantly being used up till now to clean surfaces, or even sometimes the air, of course, as well, and also the surfaces of I'm sorry, school was in my mind. The surfaces of hospitals and glasses. I've been looking at it. I should have explained that. Glasses. Orange case. This is my 3rd pair of glasses this year, or within 9 months. Now, it's not because I don't keep constantly changing the glasses because I don't like the frame or because it's out of style. I don't care about that. Actually, I love the old style that my deceased grandfather has. So I'm always asking my family members when we go buy glasses, I always tell them, gusto ko yung frame ng katulad ng kay tatay. So they always help me to find this frame. But anyway, I change glasses because of my nose job. It's very hard. It's very hard to buy glasses that would first fit me and are comfortable with my head shape and with also my ear, since in my right ear they took cartilage from this to put it here on my nose. So the vulnerable parts that are vulnerable to me in wearing glasses is my right ear and also the bridge of my nose. Now, why is that hard? Because the doctor explained that even if a regular nose, or with me, a person who had a nose job, it's very it's very dangerous to wear glasses that are made from heavy material, especially the one that is pure metal. There is one that is pure metal, but anyway, I had to constantly change it because the first one was the nose pad. The nose pad was wrong. The nose pad was bruising my the bridge of my nose, and it was hurting. But I tried to endure the pain because during the pandemic, I still had classes. I still had these readings that of course, I also wanted to read, but it was strenuous on my part because I was bruising and it was starting to bleed, and I was starting to get scared because we didn't have the budget to go back to the doctor and have him check what's happening with the skin around my nose because of the of the old glasses. And for the second glasses that I had, it was heavier. So the first one is the nose pad. The second one was it was made from heavier material. So I had to change from this one. This one, by the way, the frame of this one is better. It looks better on my face shape, and it still reminds me of the frames that my grandfather had. That was such a long story. Sorry. This one is my sash. Now, for my for my miscongeniality sash, this is probably one of the most things, or one of the most things that I've received or gained, like a recognition I've gained that's the most important to me, because for the most part, the miscongeniality sash, this was not, the voting on this was not made by professors or teachers. It was not their vote to make on who the miscongeniality was in prom. So I voted for my best friend because my best friend was also very, she was also very engaging with my other friends or my batchmates and their dates, and I was doing that thing as well. So I was very surprised that I received it. So every time I sad or feel down, as much as possible, that is why I hung it here on my wall, is to remind me of the person that I was. And people said that I was kind and very approachable and a nice person. So this is to remind myself of that if ever I strain too far away from the kind of good character that I used to have in high school. And sorry, and world map. This is very weird because this world map I did not buy. I did not buy this world map. Although I am very interested in art and history in general, I never thought to buy a world map because I never felt the need to. I didn't need to. I just wanted to watch the documentaries and read the books so that I have added knowledge. And it is fun to share with people what I know and what I understand about world wars, World War One, World War Two, the Cold War. So I was very happy about that. And also theater history, I was constantly reading about that, although I think I have forgotten about it, so I guess I need to get a refresher course on that. But anyway, this world map, it's a funny memory with me because I didn't buy it. My other sister didn't buy it, and I think my brother bought it and he forgot why, and he said it's been in his book binder since he was like second grade or third grade. He's like 4 years older than me, and I'm surprised that it survived because, sorry, for the most part, there is no tear on this world map. Like before the dust and everything that's on it right now, because I did hang it on my wall. It looks clean, like nobody used it or touched it. But he remembered that it's for his class, but there's no tear, there's no writing on it. So I forgot the other funnier part about it. But anyway, hiragana and katakana mnemonics chart. Since I am very interested in art and history and also linguistics. That's what I've been thinking about for my second degree is linguistics or art history, or being a histographer or histography degree. And for linguistics, I wanted to learn more about the culture of Japan, and also I was also thinking about taking a degree there, or um, my family, they're encouraging that I get my master's degree there, but I preferred a second degree. I wanted, I don't know, at least 2 or 3 more degrees. That's how ambitious I am, but let's hope that I do get the 3 degrees. Um, for this chart, I printed out 1, 2, 3, 3 mnemonics chart. Now, for the mnemonics chart of hiragana and katakana, the Japanese people, they have 3 or 4 syllabaries. Syllabaries, it's very different from the alphabet. So to us, it looks like weird shapes or weird lines, but to them, syllabary, it's their vocabulary, it's their, so to speak, alphabet. So hiragana, and katakana. Katakana is mostly used for foreign, it's a writing system. Both of these are writing systems. And there's also the kanji. Kanji, way more harder because it is very, very closely related to the kanji that is used in Mandarin language in China, or in China or Mongolia. I think it's a little bit different, but anyway, what I remember is for katakana, it's used for foreign words like Disney Channel or Disney World. Now, if they type or if they write that they write that in the katakana writing system. So it's very different from hiragana. Hiragana has more curves. Katakana is more exact, so to speak. It has the katakana has more sharpened edges in their syllabaries. But anyway, oh, I was looking at it. So sorry. Pajamas. I think I think it's more obvious if I constantly change it throughout each Zoom meeting or each class I have with each professor, that I have a lot of pajama sets. So I'm very, very happy. It kind of turned into this uniform that I wear during Zoom classes, because I love pajama sets, especially if they're like terno, the word terno, where they're it has the same pattern for the top and the bottom. So I think because my mother saw that I was in love with these kinds of pajama sets, she recently bought me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh no, this is old. She bought me 14 or 15 new pajama sets. So thank you, Mom. This video is turning is longer, but I'm just so happy because it's about the memories of my the objects that I have. Last few alcohol. This alcohol, it was bought during the pandemic, so we had more alcohol, but we did not overbuy like other people who do it, which is very, so to speak, very rude. Just buy what you need for the week. Sorry. So for this alcohol, I remember I saw it on the ground floor, and it has a smaller compact box body, so it was perfect for my nightstand. So I brought it up here, and it has teeth marks because I remember this. I was sleeping, and at the time, on my bed were my 2 dogs, my 2 adult Yorkshire Terriers, and also my dog's second litter. The second litter has 5 puppies. So imagine, at the time I had 5 puppies and 2 adult dogs, 5, 6, 7. So I had 7 dogs on my bed, and I was sleeping, and when I woke up, something was chewing beside my ear. So I looked next to my nightstand, and there's this black butt. So I just pushed that puppy lightly aside, and I saw they were munching on the pump head of the alcohol, and I was freaking out because I was checking, like, did you drink this? Because the bite marks are very visible. So if they were to push down on it, it meant that a decent amount of alcohol got into their tongues. So I was freaking out. I did check, they're all fine. I was able to rehome them to very good, wealthy families. So thank God. And Shellwood. This is wood glue. Now, my sister told me about this influencer she saw that was answering questions on Instagram, and she shared on how she turns her reviewers that she prints at home into this little booklet or a little book. So, say she had a 20-page reviewer on a short bond paper, and she was able to sort of like bind them, the sides, and it turned into like this pamphlet. And she showed how she did it. She used Shellwood glue. Now, Shellwood glue, it is wood glue, so I never understood how it would do with paper, but I did see the instructions. It says it works mostly on wood and on paper. So there's that. Last few items. Gold hangers. Now, my mother, she's very smart with money. Since she's an accountant, she knows when to invest, where to invest, like which home appliances or home necessities are needed, and which are necessary to buy in bulk, like the tissues that I mentioned kanina. And she bought these hangers in bulk, and when she showed it to me, she said, I said that I want these gold hangers. These gold hangers are perfect. So I like the symmetry or a sequence. If that's the term that I should use, a sequence. I do not like different patterns of hangers. That's very uncomfortable visually to me. So I was I was using these hangers. So all of my hangers are gold coated hangers, and my other sisters, they have different patterns. That's not visually pleasing to me. So, but that's their closet. I did help my sister with one closet, but I don't know if she followed through with how I changed it. Um, so yeah, there's that. And am I up to 20 objects? I'm having fun with the with the memory stuff. Mm, last object, humidifier. Now, this is probably my second or fourth humidifier. It's not that I'm breaking them. It's just that my mother would take it and she would just buy me a new one because she would use my old humidifiers for parts in the rooms or parts in the floors, like second floor, the third floor, the first floor. This third humidifier, I love the smell of mint, especially Katinko, because Katinko is an oil. If Vicks Vapor Rub had an oil, I would buy it. I would buy because I love the smell of vapor. I love the smell of Vicks Vapor Rub, especially of Katinko. So my mom, when she would visit my room, she said she also loves the smell because it smells like her grandmother, so to speak. Our grandmother, she would always hilot or massage my cousins and I when we had sickness. She would say there's lamig, and she would use different oils that smell similarly to Katinko, or most of the time Katinko as well. And I would put it on the humidifier, and it would smell in my room, and it would be such a comforting aura because of the Katinko for me. And it's it helps me sleep better. As It's also an alternative to the Alaxan and the Advil that I used to constantly take to help myself sleep better. So I think that's 20 objects. Thank you pa.